Only family we way up go we boya. Osu ampi up go su boya. Only family we way up go we boya. Osu ampi up go su boya.
Oh my God. This is amazing. Shut the door behind you. Wow. Ejim Gogwa. Ejim Gogwa. I can't believe it. Wow, wow, wow. This is amazing. Woo! Let me see what the family members are saying. Woo! Bankole! Different. Wow, wow, wow. Amaka, good evening. Honey, wonderful. Pamela David, Ekwe, yes, sir. Christian, my darling. Oh, Abraham Oladimpe. Woo! I can't believe it. Tamaru, how are you? Long time no see. Oh my God, the page is popping. Pom, pom, pom. You guys are the best. Momo, Momo, good evening, good evening, good evening to you all. Good evening, Christiana. Riffy Moses. Good evening, Los Angel. Good evening, Zitis. Good evening, Kobe. You know their names already. Oh my God. And talks. Well done, Zita. Let Kobe catch you. Kobe, I must confess, just walked in from work. He went to work and he's just returning from work. And we bombarded, we told him, enter, enter. So he was like, I don't know what's happening. He said, just enter, Banya, make it swallow, I go there. You think, what? Enter. Yes, I am so excited, but we have to start. We need to start indeed. Good evening all to all the lovely IOM family. Welcome to tonight's talk show again. Please kindly share the live on all your social media handle. But before I forget, I beg, Nurse Angel, how you take convince these two uncle to come and dance with us? Look, Zita does not need convincing. Kobe was cajoled. He was dragged in. Yes, as I said to you, as if I knew you would ask, immediately he came back from work. We just say, enter. He's like, what's happening? We just say, enter. And we put away immediately. So he was a bit confused. So just like Khadija stated, I want to say, family, good evening, amazing IOM family. Welcome to the part 2 of our powerful and most controversial series on marriage, good or bad. Last week, we had the honor of hearing from two incredibly brave women, Lola Joy and our anonymous guests, who shared their heartfelt experiences. Tonight, we continue this journey by diving into the male perspective on marriage with our special guest, Chidi. Remember, last time he was not able to speak because of the time. He will be sharing, Chidi will be sharing what it means to be a man in a marriage, the expectations, the pressures, and the truth that is often unheard. And that's not all. Our previous guests, Lola Joy and our anonymous, will be joining us tonight, hopefully. Lola Joy is already behind the stage. They want to share their reflection and follow up from last week. Yes, they want that, and this means that tonight's conversation will be even richer than it was in the part 1. We are hoping, anonymous, if she is to join us, we feel comfortable enough to reveal her identity, showing just how powerful and healing, I repeat, it will show how powerful and healing the conversation can be. Please, as Chidi shares, I want to talk to you, family members. I can see the comments are popping. So if Chidi is sharing his perspective, I encourage you, fam, you're already doing it anyway. I encourage you to reflect, engage, and support him in the comment section. You know, our IOM fam talks, she complained, or she highlighted rather, the comment section and some things that are written in it. I beg you, I urge you, please, let us look before we speak, please, for our mental well-being. And also, because it is not easy to showcase yourself to the world, So as we listen and as we are learning together, I want to ask IOM fan members, please don't just watch, don't just listen. If you have ever loved somebody before, or if you have ever felt unloved, if you have ever struggled, or if you have ever endured, or if you have healed in your marriage, or if you are still in marriage, your voice matters here. Your voice, I repeat, it matters. Please comment, connect, share your stories or advice in the comment section. You never know. You don't know. Your word might comfort, inspire, and even set somebody free. This is more than a show. In our Mind Talk show is more than a show. In our Mind Talk show is a safe space. In our Mind Talk show is a family circle. In our Mind Talk show is a sacred space for healing and for truth. But by the end of tonight's show, I want to say we aim not just to understand the male viewpoint, but also to gather insights from our returning guests that can help us all to foster a healthier, more fulfilling relationship, to stay engaged, and let's continue to learn from each other, please. So I think we are awaiting Chidi. Please, can you call me and Chidi and the Chidi? You are hidden at the back camera. Please, can you turn your camera on whilst I introduce Chidi and Lola Joy? Yes, yes. You are welcome, Chidi and Lola Joy. Please, fan members, can you just give them a hand of applause? Give them a hand of applause. It's not easy at all, at all, at all. So, Chidi and Lola Joy, I know you're fan members yourselves, but sorry, tonight you're special guests. And as usual, the fan members take precedence. Yes, you're a fan member, but you're here. I will first of all go to the family members and I will definitely engage them and I will ask them, please, can you quickly answer? Just be answering pam, 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 so we can be fast. We are waiting for our other speaker, that is Tony Namani, to also come and relate with Chidi. But before we do so, let us have our family engagement time. The fan members, they matter more than me. So we have to engage them. So fam, I want to ask you a question. And Chidi and Lolo Joy, please, I need you to be taking note of their responses as well. So, fam, the question now is, does divorce mean failure? Or can it be a new beginning? If you say failure, that means divorce means failure. If you say beginning, that means divorce means a new beginning. So please, can you say right on? Oh my God, this is a lot. Gabriel, marriage is a sacred union, a covenant between man and a woman involving spiritual, emotional, and physical closeness. It is a partnership where individuals become one flesh, leaving their individual identity to form a new unit. Ah, Jesus, Supu told us. But right now, I am reading what the family members are saying. So, Angela, never, not at all. In a toxic or Angela is going, it is a new beginning. Angela, is your sister coming? Please let us know. Yes, so I'm reading. Beginning. Oh, fantastic. This question, okay. Right on, Mama. I'm asking a fossa. Beginning. All right. Abraham said lovely. And Bobby, beginning. Aminat, beginning. Divorce doesn't mean failure at all. Thank you for that. I go to the second question. Please be popping your answer, pom 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 pom, but be thinking of Mark. Number 2, does God hate divorce? Does God hate divorce, or does God prioritize your peace and your well-being, even if it means divorce? So, does God hate divorce? Is either yes or no. He prioritizes your health and well-being and peace. So, the next question is, does God hate divorce, or does God prioritize your well-being? Yes or no? I read what the family member. So JP Icon said yes, God hates divorce. Christiana said no, God prioritizes your health and your well-being. Jen I said divorce doesn't mean failure. She's still answering the first question. If at the beginning, okay. Dare said yes, God hates divorce. I said yes, God hates divorce. Cheesy Ezra said no, God prioritizes your health and well-being. Madeline said no, God prioritizes your health and well-being. Chichi Holy said no, God prioritizes your health and well-being. Shola said nice one. Modupe said yes, God hates divorce. DFM said not at all. God prioritizes your health and your well-being. And Oluwafemi said yes, God indeed hates divorce. Obiama said absolutely yes, God hates divorce. Oh my baby, oh my baby, Basanta baby. Nana, this is my baby. This is my baby, Ruby. Ruby is all the way from UK. She's tuning in. Say hi, Auntie. Hi, baby, Ruby. How are you, Ruby? Can you please let me send you the link so you will come and join us. Chibes, Chichi Fidel. Check for Ruby's contacts. Send her the link. So Ruby will come to the backstage and answer some questions. She's a baby, but she's a big baby. I think I will do the sending. Drop the link on the. I'll do it. So sorry. I'm so sorry. She's into this. And Ruby, I am sending you a link. I'll send it to Lois. Lois? Yes. So Lois, please send it to Ruby, because Ruby's is not, oh Jesus. Oh dear me. Please, you guys should send it. Or I'll drop the link here. Ruby, I'll drop the link here. Click and join. I'll drop it here. So the link is here on the screen. Ruby, click and come and answer. So God love said yes, God hates divorce. And Angela said, no, ma, she's not coming. I just spoke with her. She said she just arrived Kaduna and not in a good state of mind. Fantastic. That is amazing. Thank you for letting us know. So let's go to the next question, number 3. Who initiates divorce more often? Because divorce happened anyway. The question now is, who initiates divorce? Is it the man or the woman? Who initiates divorce more often according to statistics? Is it the man or the woman who initiates divorce? Oni said women. JP Icon say both. Adenike said women. Bobby said men. Angela said yes. God hates divorce, but you can't die in a toxic marriage. I don't know what you mean. It's either God hates divorce, die there, because God hates divorce, or no. And you say what you're saying. You can't say yes and no. That's what you say. You say yes, God hates divorce, and no, you can't die there. What does that mean? I don't understand. So, who initiates divorce more often? Is it the man or the woman? So, Modipe Comfort said men. Femi said women. One caller, good morning, good evening, said women. Jane Ike said men. Blessing said women. Madeline said the man. Ruby is here. Oh my God. Baby, Ruby is here. Ruby, come on. Why are you dark? You need to turn on the light. I'm going to take you behind the stage. Go to where there is light so we can see you. Abraham said, Nen, fantastic. I love you, Ruby. And Joyce Kunde said both. So while we wait for Ruby, I see she's trying to go upstairs at the backstage. We'll go to question number 4. We have a special, interesting guest of honor. Number 4 question says, is it better to endure an abusive marriage or to walk away and start fresh? So endure in an abusive marriage or walk away in an abusive marriage. I repeat, is it better to endure in an abusive marriage or walk away and have a fresh start? So it's either endure or walk away. Bioma said women. Okay, Bobby said walk. Ruby, I need to see your face. I'm only seeing the ceiling. I need to see your face to bring you up. Ruby, you are going to be a co-host tonight, but can I ask you to auto-rotate, because we didn't know you're coming, auto-rotate it so it will give us a wider view. You need to allow rotation to be able to do that. No, allow rotation, because if you don't allow rotation, you're just turning your phone. Enable rotation, enable rotation.
I did it.
Okay, then rotate your phone. Rotate your phone. Fantastic. This girl is a technical technician, technical engineer. Hi, Jesus. Who want to try now? Ruby, we are so happy you are here. You are going to be an unannounced speaker in tonight's talk show. So I'll mute you for now. You are most welcome, Ruby. So I need you, I see you are reading as well. Sorry for interrupting. So I need you to listen to the opinions of the fan members and also tell us what you think. Okay, so let's continue, because fan members are more important than all of you right now. Okay, Moduka said, walk away. Who endure help? Walk away. Okay. Jane Ike said, walk away. But Jane Ike said, God hates divorce. So Jane Ike, are you going against God? I don't understand. JP Icon say, endure and die there if you have to. Okay, thank you. Mercy said, walk away. Obioma said, endure, Joe. Who cares? Ngozi Amaka said, walk away. Oh. Okay, JP Icon is laughing. All right, let's go to the next question. Question number 5. Should a couple stay together for the sake of the children, even if they are unhappy? Yes, stay together, or no, you don't stay together. The question is, should a couple stay together for the sake of the children, even if they are unhappy? Yes, stay together, or no, don't stay together if you're unhappy. Ruby, we don't want to see your expression. Just look, because we want to hear your opinion afterwards, if that is okay by you. So let's see what the family members are saying. Yes, stay together. Run for your life. Let's go. Walk away, Bankole. No, don't stay together. Endurance is in abusive marriage leads to gradual death. Abdulaziz, good evening, Abdulaziz. Madeline said, no, don't stay together if you are not happy. Aminat said, no, don't stay together. Christiana said, yes, stay together. I'm sure. I don't know what that means. Yes, stay together. All right. Obioma say yes, stay together. Then Jane eyed because I said she said yes. God hates an abusive marriage and said walk away. So I was like, are you against God? She said yes. God hates divorce. Sorry, God hates divorce. I mean, but when there is violence, because walk away. I don't understand. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. So are you telling me we would disobey God? I don't understand. But let us continue to read what the family members are saying. Mercy say, so nice. I don't know what to mean, Mercy. No, because will affect the children's mental health. Umi say they should stay together, Joe. Frasha say, run, no. Oh my God, these people will kill me. All right. Question number 6. Oh my God, the time is gone, but family members matter. Sorry about that. No, question number 6. Should a wife change her surname to her husband's name after marriage? Yes or no? I repeat, should a wife change her surname to her husband's after marriage? Yes or no? So I'm asking, is it what you want? Should a wife change her surname after marriage? Yes or no? Yes. Abi now. Yes, there is. True. I don't know which one they're answering. Which one is true? It's a is if it's toxic, capital no. I don't know which one you're answering. So right now, the question is, and I will start reading. Should a wife change her surname to her husband's after marriage? Yes or no? Talk said, if you like. Dare said, yes, change. Mercy said, yes. J.I. said, absolutely, yes. Aminat said, of course, yes. Obioma said, why not if not? JP Icon said, yes. So, okay, she's still talking about Ron. Agnes said, yes. Tamaru said, yes. Solomon said, yes. I don't know what that is. Bankole said, no. Ngozi Amaka said, no. Amina said, no. All right, so, I think he means yes. All right. And Umi said, as for me, me and my husband bearing same son. Okay, that her name and her husband's surname is the same. Chichi said 902 people watching. Okay, so question number 7. Who faces more pressure? Listen, who faces more pressure to stay in a marriage? Is it the man or the woman? Who do people give more pressure to stay in a marriage? Is it the man or the woman? So the question now is, who faces more pressure? Yes, a wife should change her surname after marriage because after your bet, after your bride price, you automatically belong to the man, period. Ngozi Amaka said, a matter of choice. So the question now is, who faces more pressure to stay in a marriage, the husband or the wife or the woman? God's love up and say woman. JP Icon said woman. Christiana said woman. Madeline said woman. The Jane Ike said woman. Amina said wife. Mercy said woman. I think it's unanimously woman. Wife. I'm looking for a husband. It's a matter of choice. I think she's still talking about the name change. Mostly wives. Okay. Question number 8. Should culture or religion, so should your cultural or religious belief dictate whether a couple stays together or separate? So if like you're being abused, you're being beaten and abused, should you say, my religion said I should stay, and you said, okay, I'll stay? Or should you make your decision yourself? So the question is, should culture And Ruby, I don't know what you're doing at the back. Should culture or religious belief decide whether you stay in marriage, or should it be your own decision? So if it's culture and religion, say yes. If it's your own, say no. Let's see. I think you're still answering the man question. So should culture and religious belief dictate whether a couple should stay or separate? I say no. Tochukwu say no. So culture shouldn't and religion shouldn't dictate. You should think of yourself first. It should be individual decision. Only Anthony Obayomi. No, culture shouldn't, or religion. And no, as in Jessica. Agnes said no. I'm surprised. Dare said no. Oh, where's Modo? Modo, good evening. Modo said no. Culture should not dictate you stay in an abusive marriage. No. You should think of your own individual. Dare said no. Eberamaka said no. Abraham said no. Jennifer Ngozi said no. Bankole said no. All right, let's go to the second to the last question. Please, farm members, we have the last question is number 10. The second to the last question says, who benefits more from marriage, the man or the woman? Who benefits more from, who does marriage favor? Who does marriage favor, the man or the woman? Who does marriage favor? That's the next question. The man or the woman? JB, I can say marriage favors the woman. Jore, Joe. Veronica Chukwu said the man. Gabriel said the wife faces more pressure. You're still answering the other question. JB Icon said marriage favors the women, Joe. How does that concern me? Again, who benefits more from marriage, the men or the women? Agnes said men. Madeline said women. Nancy said both of them. Chizzy said wife. Modupe Comfort said women. Gobem said both. Ekpedamaka said marriage favors men mostly. Chikena. Blessing is giving us thumbs up. Ezine said the men. Me said both parties. Obioma said the man, and he's a man. Jare said women. Veronica said men. Marriage favors women, period. Okay, the last and the least question, then we go straight into the discussion of the day. Should a couple live with extended family after their marriage? Hey, my sister from another mother, my brother from another grandfather. Should a couple live with extended family after marriage? Yes or no? That's the question. Should couple live with extended family? Yes or no? Beatrice said no. Bankole is still saying who it favors. Please, the next question is, should couple live with extended family? Yes or no? So Chidi, start getting ready. We'll start from you immediately. Veronica said no. JP Icon said no. Chintok said no. Abdullah Man Suleiman said it depends on the understanding between the couple. Thank you. Nancy said no, period. Chikena. Veronica said no. Dare said no. Chich is a man because of most marriages, men can do what they like and women must seek consent. Modupe Comfort say no. And the last but not the least is our handsome Bankole said capital no. Nehi baba, nehinki. Oh, una one try. So tonight, we want to start with our male Chidi. Chidi is you turned off your camera. Do you want to turn on your camera, Chidi? Because unless you're not available to start, we may ask Lola Joy for feedback. But Chidi, the question now is, let's see. All right, thank you. And Chidi, I want to thank you for coming back and also to apologize for not being able to speak the last time. We want to start from your own story today. What does marriage mean to you? And we want you to tell us if you are married to some, the language, is it the same language? And the next thing we want to know is it the same religion in terms of Christianity or Muslim? Apart, don't bother about the denomination. If you want, you can tell us more. And also to tell us, do you think marriage is a good thing? So, language, religion, is marriage good or bad? And what does marriage mean to you?
Good evening. Good evening, 9 a.m. family. It's a, it's a privilege to be on this platform again. I hope I can. I hope I'm being heard because I think network might be bad at my end. All right. When you called me up last week, I was thinking whether I was qualified to actually speak on this platform, considering that I'm just 7 years in marriage. Yeah. Actually, this year December will make it eight.
It's a millennial thing. Most of our family members are between the ages of Ruby's age to maybe 60, 70. So I think you're qualified. Don't worry. You're covering the youths.
All right. First of all, I'll say that, and before I say anything, I would like to say that everything I will say is basically my opinion because I know that the issue of marriage, people, it varies. People have different opinions or ideas or insinuations about issues regarding marriage, right? So first, I would like to put that out there that whatever I will say, this platform is strictly my opinion. First of all, I would say that marriage is a beautiful thing. However, if people must get into marriage, people must come in prepared, understanding what marriage is all about, right? Marriage takes a lot of effort and hard work. You must be intentional when you want to get into a union with someone you claim you love, and right? That is why it is important that when two couples, before they get into marriage, that is, there's room for courtship or dating, whatever is the term that we use. And that leaves room for these two parties to understand themselves because they're from two different backgrounds, right? And they must understand themselves, understand their dislikes, likes, things that would make them cohabit forever or for as long as the union will last because it's supposed to be for better or worse, right? So if those things are put in place, marriage will be sweet. Marriage should be enjoyed, right? They say marriage is supposed to be enjoyed rather than I've forgotten the other phrase, but marriage is supposed to be enjoyed, right? It takes a lot of work to keep marriage going. I'd like to say marriage is like a flower or a plant that you try to nurture. If you don't fill it with the right nutrients, sunlight, like a plant needs sunlight, water, air to grow properly. If these things are lacking in marriage, like good communication, which is key and basic, proper understanding, and a whole lot of you know things that come into play. If these things are lacking, marriage will fall apart. Sometimes my wife will say, when I give her some things about two people who were supposedly in love, maybe a short while, you hear that they are having issues in their marriage. You begin to say what would have gone wrong at the end of the day. You know, you find out that it's possible that these two parties were not intentional. Like I said earlier, marriage is a whole lot of work. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you must get into marriage, you must be prepared to put in your all in all. There's always room for disagreements. There's room
Can,
for
can,
quarrel.
can, can I
Mhm.
take it step by step so you won't give a long story? Let's do it the way we did the last people. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you from the same denomination with your wife? Is it the same language with her? Yes or no?
Okay, yeah. I and my wife are from, by the grace of God, we are from the same states,
Oh,
the same, not from the same community per se, but from the
it's
same,
okay. It's just
what do you
like,
call it,
is it the same
denomination.
language? Do you speak the same language?
Yes, yes, it's
And
Igbo, Igbo, yeah,
are
I'm
you
an
both
Igbo.
Christians? Are you both Christians?
Yes, yes,
Oh, that's fine.
we
It's
are.
just for our record purposes. So, and the
Yeah.
second question I will ask you, in marriage, you are a man. We have heard two
Mm.
different stories from the same gender, female gender. Now we want to hear from you. Although you're not representing all the men, you are representing yourself. That's fine, but you're a male. So the next question I want to ask you is leadership in marriage. Do you think it should be more of like leadership or partnership? Which one do you think work best for you in your marriage? Or which one do you think should work best in marriage? Leadership or partnership?
In my opinion, I think it should be partnership because both man and woman are supposed to come together to make the marriage work. However, everyone has their roles to play. As a man, yes, you are the head of the family, right? Everyone has their duties or their roles to make sure
So,
or
oh,
ensure that
sorry. So
family
you believe a man should be the head of the family.
yes.
Fantastic. That's fine. So in your
But
case,
but at the same time, there should be room for partnership because two
yeah.
heads are better than
It's
two. Yes.
either partnership means we are we are equal. Okay,
Mm.
in the partnership, do you mean one person should be the leader, one person should follow or something? You said
Yes,
head.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So the next question is, all right, since you said that, do you believe decision making should be shared equally? Or I heard you say head. So with that answer, I'm still going through order. Do you believe decision making should be shared equally between the man and the woman, or do you think it should be the head to make the final decision?
Well, this kind of question, I will not say totally yes or no because, like I said, both couples are supposed to work together to make things work, right? Eh. So, I think, in my opinion, we are supposed to deliberate on issues because there might be some very difficult issues that you as a man can't even take wholeheartedly. You need to share. That is where communication comes in. It's key. Like I said earlier, communication is key in every marriage. So you and your wife must talk about issues to be able to come, at middle ground on certain things. However, there's some things, yes, that might require the man to, give his endorsements. All right, but at the end of the day, it must be discussed. It must be discussed. Both couples must discuss those matters.
All right. So when you said, I see what people are writing, so I want to understand more. So when you said the man should be the head, is it based on gender or based on what? Just to know. I'll still ask you personal. I want to hear the male view, if you don't mind. But if you don't want to answer, say no, I won't answer. That's fine. So you said the man should be the head. Is it based on what? Is it the societal agreement, or is it discussion? Like you said, both of them should have a discussion.
Please, could you come again with your question?
Ruby, don't go anywhere. I'll soon ask you a question. I need you to listen to our conversation. I know you're young, but I know you're smart as well. So, Chidi, I said the man, not you said the man should be the head in the family, and he should take precedence over partnership. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
The network was, please, sorry, come again. The network
Yeah.
was,
The headship of the family, yeah, how does it how should it come about? Should it come about gender? If you're a man, you should be the head of the family, or should it be a discussion before you go into the partnership?
well, it shouldn't be all about gender, actually. Like, for me, I just, why I would say it, because my kind of person, I like to give room for, you know, expression, and I'm not,
Let me remind you. I said, who do you think should lead in relationship? You said the man. So I'm not asking you
yes.
why is it the man? Is it gender or what?
Well, like I said, it's not exactly a gender thing, right? It's not exactly a gender thing, even though, yes, because as the head of the home, as a, can you hear me?
Yes, like we
The
can.
man is
Yes.
supposed, okay, the man is supposed to be the head of the home, right? So, if he's the head of the home,
So forget
he's
about the
supposed
if
to
he.
be.
Yeah, yes. My question is, what qualifies the man? Because it's the argument. I want to understand why is it? Is it that if I give birth to a man and a woman, naturally a man is the head by male father is a man, is a male, or is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What qualifies? Why is the man automatically the head of the family? Is there a room for a woman to be the head of the family?
No, but going biblically, the man is supposed to, you know, shoulder responsibility and give guidance or lead, and the woman is supposed to follow. So, my answering that question, I would just say biblically, the man is supposed to be at the head.
Okay.
The
So
woman
it's
is
not
to
about gender.
support,
It's about
right?
religion. Yeah. Okay. Uh, uh, uh,
Uh,
Biblically, it was given to the man.
yes.
Why is it not again gender? Biblically is Bible, but is it not gender?
Well, I wouldn't. I'm not a Bible scholar, so I wouldn't exactly say is a gender-based thing. I just think it was just I don't know how to put it.
Oh, let's not lose him because we've not started. I'm just trying to prick his brain as a
Maybe
man.
because man came into the world first, right?
Oh, oh.
Maybe the man was created first. So I don't know. That
The
would
man
just be,
was
but I like I said, I'm not the Bible scholar. That would just be my answer to that.
fantastic. So let's talk about your family. You have said, and thank you for that, that a man should be the head of the family.
No.
So my question to you, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Chidi, oh dear me. All right, so Chidi's network is rotating. We'll wait for him to come because I want to dive into his own family affair if he's okay to talk. But let me speak to our special guest of honor, Ruby. Ruby, good evening once again. Good evening, and thank you for coming. I don't know how you came. We've never discussed for a long time now, Ruby. I want to apologize as well. I know once in a while I see missed calls. Apology, please. I'll be a good auntie. Ruby, I know you're a baby. I know you're a baby. Do you have anything to say? I don't want to ask you a question, but you've seen the questions back and forth. Do you have anything to say? Or do you want me to ask you a question?
Can you ask me a question, please?
All right. Ruby, I know your both parents are Nigerians. I know even you are here in the United Kingdom, but I know two Nigerian parents gave birth to you and are training you. Chidi is back, but let me continue with you. What do you think? Tell us your age, Ruby, and tell us what you think should be, because you are not in it. So you've seen marriages, both failed ones and successful ones and normal ones. You have seen it. Yeah. So what do you think marriage should be? But think about it. Let me go back to Chidi. Is that okay? Is that okay? Fantastic. Because I want you to listen to Chidi. You did not meet our first discussion. So listen to Chidi, then give us your opinion afterwards. Yeah? All right. So, Chidi, you can unmute. You can unmute. Chidi, unmute.
Okay.
How can I ask you a direct question,
Okay.
just like I asked the other? What will you say about your marriage? Are you happily
Okay.
married, or is it normal back and forth in the marriage, or is it smooth? What do you have to say about your marriage?
Yes, I am. I am.
Yeah. So the next question is, um, what role do you play in your marriage, and what role does your wife play in your marriage?
When you talk about role, maybe so do you clarify? Maybe
Like you said,
to
the
give
man is the
insight
head.
to.
You said the man is the head of the marriage. So, what is your leadership role in the marriage?
Let's go. Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Chidi, call me on WhatsApp. Let's hear you from WhatsApp, because the back and forth is too much.
Hello.
Call me on WhatsApp. Let's continue on WhatsApp. WhatsApp, please. Let's do it
Hello.
on WhatsApp. Let's do it on WhatsApp, Chidi. Yeah? Chibes, can you give us a call? Chichi Fidel, give us a call on WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp call for Chidi. Chidi, can you hear me? You can't. Let's give us call on WhatsApp, Chidi. WhatsApp. Chibes, please call on WhatsApp. Chichi Fidel, call on WhatsApp. Yes, so back to you. I wanted you to hear him. Ruby, I don't want to start giving you summary of part one, but I hope you know yourself what goes on in this society. Ruby, you said I should ask you a question. I wanted you to tell me what you think about marriage, but you said I should ask you. My question is, do you think marriage should have a head and a subordinate in marriage? Do you think so? If yes, why? If no, why not? Ruby. Or let me ask you, sorry, I asked you a question before I ask now. What do you think a marriage should be in terms of leadership? What do you think a marriage should be?
You want me to answer now, or is okay? Like, I can't hear you, Auntie. Oh, okay. I think a marriage should be is that they should both be like equal, like a partnership. Like not only to be like married together, they should have a good friendship and just help it be equally balanced. And then that's what like really make their bond real and it'll help raise their kids and it'll help get like a good connection between the both of them.
Okay. So you think marriage should be equal partnership? All right. Why?
Sometimes sometimes a man should lead, but just sometimes. And also a woman should lead too. They're just both equal.
You want both equal. Why do you want equal? Why do you think it's best for equal leadership? Why do you think so?
Because well if a man leads like the most and just tells what the woman to do, it kind of feels like they're dominating the woman a little bit and just it might be a little strange at first and you just want both of your parents to be talking to you and just it'll be really healthy and nice.
Yes, that's fine. So, um, you can I like people say that? Let me see one of the questions I asked. Um, um, you have seen divorces in marriage, yeah? Do you think is a good thing or a bad thing as a child? Do you think is a good thing for mommy and daddy to divorce if they have abusive marriage, or do you think they should stay anyway? How does that concern you? Let them manage and stay. What do you think?
Well, I think they should divorce. It depends how really bad it is. Like if it's proper like physical hitting and like hurting you mentally too, it's better to get divorced than to stay together because they'll still be hurting the children. Because I have a feeling the children will be like seeing the parents fighting and it'll like affect them mentally and they'll probably have be some issues and if they go to school they might be thinking about it and it'll really affect their learning too.
Wow, wow. I need you to talk slowly because we need to hear you well. Fan members, I need you to listen to Lois Ruby. Ruby, my question again is this. You are a child, and I know most children want mommy and daddy together. But the question I ask you is, be honest, do you think mommy and daddy should stay together in an abusive marriage? Or do you think, that they should divorce if there is an abusive marriage?
I think they should divorce because if it's really abusive, maybe the child can like watch them be fighting and it might affect them. And if the child goes to school and like they might be thinking about it all day and it might affect their learning and they're just affected mentally and they might be having problems.
Fantastic. So you think their well-being is more than a marriage? Is it what you're saying?
Because
So
you
you
can
think,
risk someone up being single than to be have an abusive dad or
so,
mom.
sorry, Ruby, repeat what you said. Repeat what you said.
I think it's better that they just like stay by themselves and they can just raise someone by themselves or get find someone new that'll be suited for them and their children or just raise them by yourself because it's better to raise someone by yourself, know your own well being and that you're fine and your children are fine than to have a very abusive dad in your relationship with your family and them just being hurting the mom and the children and everything.
Wow. Ruby, let me put this question for you. Does divorce mean a failure or does it mean a new beginning? And tell me why you're saying your answer.
I think it can mean a new beginning because it makes you more open and you can find someone better that will treat you well and your children. And you deserve to be treated well than to be getting in a toxic relationship and being abused every 24/7 and everything.
So you think divorce could mean a new beginning and you will have a, okay. Another question, I know you're a child, so you're talking more than me. Um, people say, quoting Bible, that God hates divorce. My question to you, Ruby, is does God hate divorce or does God want your mental well-being more instead of you to say God hate divorce? If it will affect your mental well-being, what do you think?
I think God would rather have you be in a good experience with a good mental well-being instead of being.
You need to talk one by one and louder, please, so family members will understand you. Now, my question is, do you think that God hate divorce and prioritize it? Or do you think that God prioritizes your mental health and doesn't care if you divorce?
um I think He cares more about your mental health than you should just stay in your relationship because it's better that you have a good mindset when you're in a relationship than to be like in a very toxic relationship because it could hurt your mental well-being and your children's too.
I like the way each answer you give to me, you add children. Each answer you give to me, you add children. You're saying to me, God prefers your mental well-being because it's better to be okay and for your children as well. I asked you, is marriage a failure? You say it's better for you to leave the marriage and also help your children because it will affect your children. You're here to represent the children. You are here to represent children all over the world. And each question I ask you, I was thinking you would be, let mommy and daddy stay together, let them fight and so. You said no. If there is an abuse, leave because it will affect the children. Now, Ruby, my question is a lot of parents argue that they will be in the marriage and endure the abuse because of their children. What do you have to say to those parents?
Mm,
I'll
I
repeat
think
the question. Okay, did you hear the question?
can you
Fantastic.
repeat it?
Sure.
Can you just
Now, a lot of parents come and say, I'm in abusive relationship because of my child. Um, I'm in an abusive marriage because of my child. What do you have to say to those parents?
I mean, if you're really doing it for your child, it's better not to be in a relationship but to be friends. I feel like that might be more better than to be in a toxic relationship or just like completely just cut them off because it'll still affect the child no matter what. And I think it's better that you should just stay away from the person.
So, are you saying that parents coming to give excuse because of the child is just giving excuse because of themselves, not the child?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Ruby, thank you for what you have said so far. We'll soon be bringing Lolo up, but we have our male speaker. I want him to speak again. Please, you can mute. Chidi, thank you for coming to the phone. You can unmute Chidi. Chidi, did you hear the? Yeah. My question to you was, can you tell us? You said you're happy in your marriage, and I bless you. You said that a man is the leader, and I hear you. My question now is your wife, can you tell us, for example, how you met your wife? Are you working? Is your wife working? Can you tell? Let's just understand your marriage. And have you hit your wife before, or have your wife hit you before?
Well, I'd like to answer this question by answering the last one.
Okay.
By saying, God forbid, neither of us have had cause to inflict on ourselves domestically or physically.
Fantastic.
Right?
Can you speak louder?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I said, first of all, God forbid that I will have to ever hit my wife, and she has never had to do that. As a matter of fact, she has told me that domestic violence is a deal breaker, which means that if it ever comes up, she's leaving the marriage, right? Now, which takes now to answer your first question on how we met. I want to say it's actually the best way for every relationship to grow. We started off as colleagues in the same place of work, right? So when we were working in the same office space, we never knew we would actually get to marriage was not even a thing or on our agenda rather, because at the time in my life I was in a relationship with someone else. She too was in a relationship with someone else. But I was supposed to have it after a while. We started dating, and then to God be the glory, we are married, right? So instead of as colleagues, very good colleagues, we could confide in each other in everything. When I mean everything, I could tell her anything and everything she could do same, right? So it was made it very comfortable for me to actually even ask her out at the time, because I now feel that, right, if this is someone I felt comfortable to share even my innermost secrets, right? And she, at that point in my life, she knew a lot about me, and I knew so much about her. Then what stops us from getting married, right? So I made that bold step, and I asked her out, and then we connected for a while, and then proposed, and we are married.
Fantastic. So the next question is your wife still working? Are both of you working?
She's actually doing her own thing. She's not doing a 9 to 5 job. I am doing a 9 to 5 job, and she's just doing business.
Fantastic.
Right.
Can I also ask you, if that is okay by you, who makes the most money in your marriage?
Well, I would say but I still carry the weight of
no. My question is, who makes the most money in your marriage?
I would say I'm the one.
Fantastic. I am. Fantastic. Yeah. The next question is, does your wife contribute at all to the marriage?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. She does.
What do you mean by a lot?
Emotionally, she does, right?
No, I'm talking about financially first.
Yes, she does. She does. Like I tend to take care of the huge, things that are huge. When it talks about rent, school fees, and some other things. Then she supports by taking care of maybe the domestic
Fantastic.
Okay.
The next question is, how many children do you have together?
So again, as a boy.
A male and a female child. Fantastic. Another question is your wife a smart woman or a what? I'm just don't mind this question, but does your wife make decision for the family, or is just you, yourself, and you?
She's my wife is a thinker, very analytical. So I would say she even tends to bring more ideas than myself, and we share it together. So in fairness, she's smart.
She's
She's
smart.
she's thinker. Yes.
So in terms of decision making, from what you're saying, will I be right or am I wrong to say she makes majority of the decision in the house?
Not exactly. She just proposes, like I said, she proposes and tries to
Okay.
get my opinion and approval at the end of the day. Most of the time, when I might say no, even though she might uh, not go well with her, but because says I'm the priest of the home, she tends to go
Sorry,
with
she
what
sees you are the
the head, the
head,
priest of the home.
the priest
Yeah.
of the home.
Yes.
Fantastic. So, Chidi, what you're saying is that your wife is a critical thinker. She is analytical and she is a smart woman. However, you will make a decision whether to accept her her ideas, since it's not a decision. The final say is you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, why is the final say you? Since you described her as an analytical person, someone that is critical thinking, a good decision maker, why must the final say lie on you? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's your decision.
Because, well, I think it has to do with, depends on the situation. It may become of maybe a financial matter or any other matter, and which will require, if it's something that will, which will mean that it's something that can shoulder, right, without putting unnecessary pressure on me, right? So sometimes I need to look at it myself and know if it's going to favor us all as a family, right? Before I endorse or give my go ahead. So
All right. So you will make approval of
yes,
her decision of the yeah. Okay. Have and you said sometimes it doesn't augur well with her.
yes.
So what happens when it doesn't augur well with her?
Well, sometimes when it doesn't all go well, yeah, I take responsibility if it fails, right? Because I took that wrong decision, and then we try to make amends, right?
Can I ask you a straight question? No, Joy, I see you at the backstage. Ruby, thank you for being at the backstage. I'll bring you up soon. So now, regarding the decision making, I hear how you described your wife. And can I ask you again, majority of the time, if I ask you, I know you're public, so you're conscious. If I ask you, your wife and yourself, whose decision has failed more? Is it her decision or yours?
In fairness, I would say mine has failed more.
Thank you for being fair. So, in fairness, your wife, because I heard how you described your wife. You say she's analytical, a critical thinker, and a good decision maker. However, you must approve any decision before it goes. And I asked you, how does it go with her? You say it doesn't all go well. And I asked you, you said sometimes it fails. And you said, in fairness, your decision has failed more times than that of your wife's. If that is the case, I'm asking a question. Will it be wrong if we consider people that are good decision makers to be head of decision making instead of a gender? What do you think about that? I know what you said.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
Well, without being biased, yes, I think because sometimes men with our ego, yeah, we try to want to run down the thoughts or ideas of the women because of maybe how you might, how probably they are. So, to answer that question, I think in everything there has to be a balance, right? But I think that if more of their decisions tend to, all go well, I think they should be allowed to, you know,
They should be allowed.
yeah.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, this marriage is supposed to be partnership.
Marriage
Supposed to
is
have
supposed, I need you to be speaking loud. Marriage is supposed to be a
marriage is
partnership.
supposed to be a partnership.
That's
Yes.
what you're saying. But according to you,
Yes.
because of religion, you think marriage is now not a partnership. The man is the head.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me now ask you a question based on your belief. If you are to look at a marriage where the woman, by virtue of her development, is a good critical thinker, a good decision maker, a business tycoon or a worker, and she has all it takes more than the man, will you say, how does that concern you? The man should lead that woman, even if he will not lead, um, 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 like even if the woman can lead better. So, okay, what do you think?
Well, speaking from my home, right? Speaking for myself,
No, not
I
yourself. Take yourself out of it. Yeah. Look at, take everything, religion, keep religion aside, keep everything aside. Look at it constructively. A man and a woman in a particular home. The woman is making more money, for example. There are some homes like that. Although majorly, they say men make more money, yes. But this particular home, woman makes more money, woman thinks critically, she's able to do things, her decision is always on the dot, is intact. Every managerial roles, she ticks it. And but they will not say, no, you are a woman, go under, the man will be the head making the decision or allowing your decision. What will you, as a critical thinker yourself, what will you say in such marriage?
Well, I would say that the wife should be allowed to. It doesn't in any way against the man's. Like I said,
We can't hear you.
the
Speak
man.
loud.
So, all right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
a lot of things come to play. Man has an ego problem, and it has to do with understanding between both the man and the wife, right? Um, if if the woman being in this situation that you created is a better thinker or in a managerial position, everything has to do with understanding from both parties. Because the truth is that a man wouldn't want to be seen as weak, right? So in this kind of situation, the man and the wife have to, they have to be
All right.
serious.
Okay. So what you're trying to say is a man should always be the leader, but unless the man agrees, because you're saying the man should, that means it's the man's decision anyway. That's fine. So
Yeah.
that's fine. I heard you. Ruby, I'm bringing you up if you don't mind. Lola Joy, I'm bringing you up. So in fairness, I will ask you the last question. Do you think this issue of leadership role is working well in marriages? Or can I ask you, I know you're happily married. You're a man and you're happily married. Do you think your wife is happy that when she makes some suggestions, no matter how good it is, she needs your approval? I'm just asking for her suggestion, which she thinks is perfect, to be accepted. Do you think she'll be happy?
Is that for me?
Yes.
Sorry, come again. I think I lost you.
Do you think your wife is happy for you to be the one to make the decision whether her suggestion is approved or not?
Well, there are times she's happy. There are times she expresses herself that she's not happy.
She's not happy. When you said at times she asserts herself that she's not happy, does she want equal status in the marriage?
Does she want what?
Equal decision-making power between both of you.
No.
Huh?
No.
Oh, she does not want. So why is she angry?
As far as where she's angry is if it's not that it turned out bad, the outcome of what she may have, the idea she have put out turned out bad. That is weird. Hoping that she would have, gone along with what she had proposed or the idea she had put out there.
All right. Thank you very much, Chidi. I hear you. Thank you. Thank you, Chidi. Thank you. You're muted already. I will come to you, Lola Joy. I'll come back to you, Ruby. I see you. We are taking notes. So I want to know what is in your note. Lola Joy, you've been listening attentively, nodding sometimes, or smiling at times. Lola Joy, you shared your story last time with us about your husband. And at a stage, I said, stop. Are you sure you want? You said yes, because you're still in the marriage. You've had a man speak, and I heard him. I heard him. My question to you, Lola Joy, is we spoke earlier. I need to clarify because I don't want to pretend we have not spoken. When we came first time, we did not speak at all. But before we came, I called you and I said, are you happy to come? You said yes. And I asked you certain questions. Are you happy for me to ask you the questions here? Yeah, so you can unmute. The question I want to ask you now is, when last did your husband work?
Good evening, Miss Angel. Good evening, family members. The last time he worked was 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yes.
Your network is not good. You can be muting if you're not talking because there's a lot of sound coming from it. He worked 7 years ago. Who has been feeding him since 7 years he's not working?
Oh, the bill has been on me. I've been the one doing almost everything.
The next question is, you and your husband, what do you think is a good decision maker? You and your husband.
I am the chief decision maker. I am a better decision maker.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The next question, if you're mute, thank you for that. The next question is, since he is not working, what does he do on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, he wakes up and takes his he clean himself up, and then he goes back to bed and lie down and press his phone. While I prepare, I go to work, and I come back in the evening, I meet him in the same position.
You can mute. Wow, we never talked about this anyway. I'm surprised to hear it. Another question I will ask you is I asked you this before. Is he into drugs? Does he smoke? Does he drink? Or is he into drugs?
Yes, he smokes. He
What does
smokes weed, the one they call Igbo. He smokes that.
is he addicted to it?
He is. He
Yeah,
is.
does he smoke weed? I don't know this. Does he smoke weed in front of the children?
Yes, initially he was doing it in front of the children until I complained to one of his uncle. So the uncle now had a talk with him and told him not to do that in front of the children.
Am
So
I?
even if he's so what he do if the children are around, he hides to do it.
Does the children know that he smokes weed?
Yes, like my first son knows about it, but for the little ones, I don't think they
They
may
don't,
not know. But,
they
yeah,
don't
but
understand or they don't know. Sorry, they don't understand or they don't know.
the first one knows. But for the
I heard,
little ones, I don't think they know what it is. They don't know.
can you mute? Let me ask the question clearly. Do they understand the little ones? The first one is grown from what you say. The little ones, I saw them, we played together. Do they understand what weed is or not?
They don't. They don't.
So you can mute. So it's more that they don't understand. Even if they see him do it, they won't understand what he's doing.
They don't understand. But I think if they see him do it, they will understand.
How does he take it?
Like initially, he was lightening it and he was lightening it and puffing it. But after a while, he started soaking it inside hot water.
With
And
the
so you
children,
just,
you, I'm not happy with your network, but we'll manage it. Next time, maybe the phone would have been better. Will the children know if he's sipping it? Will they know what he's sipping?
I don't think the grown one would know, but I don't, for the small ones, I don't think they will know.
The small.
They may not know.
So the grown ones know that the grown one knows that he is taking drugs.
Yes, yes.
You can mute. So when I asked you, you said you are the chief. I asked you who made it. You say you are the chief decision maker. In such circumstance, because this is not a normal circumstance, generally speaking, it could be. I should mind my language. It could be. It could be what is happening in many homes. If you don't talk, no one will know. So it could be in such circumstance, do you think it's right for the man, no matter what, let gender make him a leader, even if he stays in bed morning to night in the same position, smoking weed, doing it? Do you think by virtue of the Bible and the gender that he should be the leader of the home?
Yes, Nurse Angel. Biblically and according to gender, he's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the priest, like the pastor in the house. He's supposed to be the decision maker. But
Okay,
he was
okay.
not he was
Mute,
not forthcoming.
mute. So my question again, I want to be clear. Do you think that your husband that sleeps in the same position, you go and come back, takes drugs, and he doesn't make his behavior in the house not working. Do you think that he should be the head? I'm not saying supposed to. I'm saying in this circumstance, should he be the head of the family?
In this circumstance, no, because his decisions may not will not work well. He's not in the right mind frame to make decisions.
Can I beg you to come to the Chief? Can you add none?
Okay.
Please come to the WhatsApp, please. Chichi Fidel, please can you add Lolo Joy and in the WhatsApp call, please? What we are getting is terrible, the interaction. Lolo Joy, please. Chichi, can you add Lolo Joy? I beg you. Add Lolo Joy. Is your number ending? Does your number end with 128? Huh? Does your number end with 128? Okay, I think she's going. I'll take her out. Chichi, add Lolo Joy on the phone. So let me see what the family members are saying. Then Ruby, you talk to us again. He's not what being the head. That's Bankole. What is his impact in the home? Fantastic. Some drug addicts go as far as selling properties to buy their drugs. Yes. Addiction. Yes. Abdulaziz said, seriously, Lolo Joy, you're a strong woman, seriously. Okay, I can see Lolo Joy is back on the screen. 1 minute, Lolo Joy. So,
Okay.
Lolo Joy, you can hear me now. I was reading what the family members are saying. So, Lolo Joy.
Okay, I can hear you.
Lolo Joy.
Yeah.
Let me read
Yes.
what Ezine said. Because I have a question before he stopped working. How was he treating you? Because for you to endure for 7 whole years, it must be hard cheers to you. So Lolo Joy, you said this before, isn't it, in the part 1? You said he used to beat you before. Then you went to the police. And you said he now abuses you emotionally. And I must say that when Ruby was talking, Ruby said physical abuse or emotional abuse. I was shocked when Ruby said that. I don't know if family members said it. I say, speak one by one. I wanted her to hear because she said it's not accepted. Someone is asking how he treated you, but you have said it before. Do you want to repeat? Quickly, because I'm looking at time now. How did he treat you, or how does he treat you?
Okay, initially, when he was working, he was doing his little best. And then there were times he physically abused me, like beat me. But when he did it, I didn't take it. I had to go to the authority to report him. And so there he signed an undertaking never to do it again. So, but then he now resorted to verbal insult. And so that was it.
All right. Let me ask our brother to come in. You can mute Lolo Joy.
Okay.
Chidi, you're muted. Do you want to unmute? What do you have to say after listening to a different scenario? What do you have to say about Lolo Joyce's husband as a man yourself?
Yes. In regards, if I pick what she said, I think what the era of domestic violence, right?
In
Like cultural
general,
acceptance.
in general.
Yeah, in general, I think if the man
Not if,
assaulted her,
please. It's not if. She has said what
you know what I said?
happens.
Why I said because I think I lost out some of what she said. So I think
Okay.
I really just needed clarity
You were
here,
here
so I wouldn't
last
want
week.
to.
You were here last week. Did you hear what she
Yes,
said?
I was.
Yes, that's the same thing she repeated.
Okay, so if I gather, not to start insinuating, she is or was in an abusive relationship, right?
Sorry? Yes, she said she initially was getting physical and she reported him to the police. And he wrote
Okay.
an undertaking never to hit her again. But now he has gone verbal abuse on her constantly.
For me, any manner of abuse, either mental, physical, is a no-no for me because it's not something I would make out for my partner. So in that area, it's not something that should be tolerated by any woman, all right, or even a man, because men too also go through domestic violence too, even though we don't get to speak up. A lot of men go through it, but because of how we abuse, men tend to, um, what's the right word? Tend to not speak up what about what might be going on. So for me, it's a no. I don't think whatever she might have gone through in the hands of her husband is right.
So, what will you advise her?
Advise her in her marriage or in this.
Generally, anything you want to advise her.
Well, marriage is not a do or die affair. If she's not happy or if it's not working out for her, she should work out for her peace of mind and her sanity. And she should work on herself to, try and gain happiness for herself and for her children. Uh, she should use that opportunity to discover herself, what she can do to, make her life better. She doesn't have to be in that relationship if she's not happy. Like I said earlier, marriage is not supposed to be a do or die affair. If it's not working out, log out and move on. That's what I would say in that kind of situation.
All right. Thank you very much, Chidi. Thank you. Ruby,
You're welcome.
Ruby, you are our special guest and you're the last girl standing. Ruby, you were writing things. Tell me what you were writing.
I wasn't writing anything. I was just like, I was kind of just writing on a piece of paper what you were saying, just to know if I should remember it or not, because it seemed really important, and I thought I should take notes about it.
Tell me, read one thing you wrote and let me ask you a question on it. For you to write it, it was important.
Yeah, I said that you should.
Come closer. Come closer. Let's see. We like to see your beautiful face. Read it there. That's fine.
I wrote that you should never be in a toxic relationship, and I can't really read the rest because I ripped it out. But,
That's fine. So, Ruby, Ruby, I don't know how to ask you the question. I'm looking at a small girl in a big woman's body. Ruby, you have caught my attention with your responses. This is something adults may not say the same way you're saying it. You are a young girl, but you're so full of wisdom. Ruby, I must tell you, in Nigeria, apologies, but it's a fact. A lot of abuse happen, but a lot of good people are there as well, just like in every other country. However, some people, before you talk to them, they will quote the Bible as a justification of crime. I call it crime because to hit, Ruby, you're going to school. Are you allowed to hit, or can anyone hit you in school?
No.
No or never?
Well, never, but people still do it, which is
When
bad.
they do, thank you, that's what I want to say. When they do it, what happens?
They get in trouble, or sometimes they get away with it.
When you say sometimes they get away with it, is it because they are not reported or because of what? What do you mean get away with it?
Like, yeah, they're not reported, or they just don't see them.
Thank you. Thank you. When they are reported, what happens?
Then they get in trouble. They get, like, if it's really serious, they get taken to the office and maybe like suspended, or like something bad, like a punishment. Or if it's not that serious, like a hit or something, then they just get off with a warning.
They get it from a warning. Now, Ruby, what does the society you're in talk about beating? Do you know?
Like,
Anyway,
there's an
you've said it already, the formal warning, suspension, and other things.
yeah.
Now, my question to you is, what do you think should happen? You've said it before, but in closing, what do you think a marriage should be?
It should be respectful marriage with a good bond with each other. They shouldn't just be known as a couple. They should also have their back and be like best friends to each other. And they should have a good bond, so it will help raise up their children, and it will just be good for the both of them.
What do you have to say to mommies and daddies in marriage?
Um, I just say try support your child and take after yourself, and don't always rely yourself on the man. You should rely on yourself first, because you should always come first.
Um, do you think, Ruby, as a young girl, do you think that marriage is an ultimate achievement or not?
I mean, it is good to be married to someone, and it just has that extra someone in your life. So I would say it is an achievement to be married.
Thank you very much. Do you want to go or do you want to stay? I know you're reading, that's your book.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go now and study a wee bit, and if I see you guys are still on, I'll try rejoin.
Fantastic. We'll soon be closing. Thank you very much for your representing the children. Everything I say, you talk about children. Thank you for that. We are hearing. Thank you. Yeah? All right.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay. I honestly don't know what to say. I don't know where to start, but I would like to talk to Lolo Joy. If I have time, I can speak to Chidi, but let me talk to Lolo Joy. So, Lolo Joy, marriage is
Yes.
marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing, and I must say that Like Chidi said, it's not a do or die affair, but it's beautiful if it's working well. That does not mean if a marriage is not working well, we should jump out. What it means is, in good times and in bad times, that we should try to make it work. Now, what is bad times? That is where we get it wrong. Some people define bad times as being abused, that they say, oh, that is bad times. So let us see how we will make it work. Last time we talked about safety. Safety is paramount for marriage. Lois said it here. It's all about your safety first before the marriage. I asked people, does God hate divorce? They said yes. I asked, let me look at the question. I say, does God hate divorce or your well-being? They say they hate divorce. I asked people, is it better to endure an abusive marriage or walk away? Some say endure abuse. I asked people, should a couple stay together for the sake of the children, even if they are unhappy? They said yes. And we see it. We see it in your story. Ruby here, a small girl, said, please, the abuse is affecting us, the children. When we go to school, it will affect our mental health. I was watching a Nigerian movie because my husband put it on. I'm not saying I don't watch Nigerian movies. I don't watch movies at all. Because to me, it takes a long time. And they show all these traditional juju and all these fire, all those stuff. So I'm like, let me go and get in our Mind Talk Show program ready so we'll have a conversation with the family. But I was watching this movie when I was in bed with my husband, and they showed one Nigerian, one actor, he's a white man. He went to the villages. They acted it as an olden days movie. In the olden days movie, they were still, tying something on their breast and on their covering their bum. Then a white man was in the movie. He wore a priest's uniform. He came with a Bible in the movie. I'll look for the name and post. So he came with the Bible and he's talking, and the Nigerian local people, because it's an olden days movie, we are saying the white man's God, the white man's God. He came with the Bible and he was preaching about God. So in that movie, they were referring to the thing as the white man's God. So that is when we started getting converted to Christianity. And I know that also a Muslim religion is also the same way they came in as well. Therefore, what am I trying to say? Yes, they brought the Bible, they taught us, we believed in it. They say it's God, and we say it's the white man's God. Now, we carry the Bible more than them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's our choice. But those olden days, they were calling it the white man's God. But now, we are calling it the black man's God. And we say the white man no get sense. The same white man that brought the Bible that says, or that God said, thou shalt not divorce. In this country, they say you must divorce. In fact, they'll come and help you and remove the man if he hits you. But the Bible the white man came with said, thou shalt not divorce. I'm not saying you should divorce. But I'm saying the white man that brought the Bible It's the same white man that rewrote it. But we say the Bible say, and I asked a question. I want to repeat this question. I'm shocked with the answer. Does God hate divorce, or does God prioritize your peace and your well-being? They say God prioritizes divorce. Some. So that means God hates divorce. Your peace and your well-being, God hates divorce. That's why people say endure in an abusive marriage. We've seen, we are not saying, look, nobody is saying anything, but I want us to think. I'm just having a communication with family members. Peace and well-being in case of abusive marriage or God hates divorce, endure. A little child that does not understand said, prioritize your mental health. I don't know what to say. I have never been short of words all my life. I always know what to say. But I am wondering what is happening. We are going to come back. We will come back. Because our anonymous, we are working with her behind the scene. We are going to come back. Anonymous is being abused. She said, and I scored her because I felt she needed a lot of support. I asked her, talk to me. She said, her first pregnancy or so, he beat her to stupor. She lost the pregnancy. Her second pregnancy, he beat her to stupor. She had a premature birth. She gave birth. She told me that daughter is premature. She said he drinks, he falls on the road, he beats, he uses her as a punching bag. He said she's scared that she nearly committed suicide. She said it's so toxic, she ran for her dear life. She said, I don't know what to do. She said the sister of her husband seized her daughter. I said, what does that mean? She said she nearly died during her childbirth. She said when her child prematurely was born, out of domestic violence, beating and all those things, she was put in incubator. She said this same daughter that was born prematurely, that she left when she was 3 years old, that the sister of her husband is looking after, that she saw her last month. She said that the daughter was crying. He said, Mommy, look at my body. She said, Mommy, look at my body. I have wound all over me. She said her 4-year-old daughter told her to look, that she did not look. She couldn't look. Her daughter was crying, Mommy, help me. She said, it will be all right. She said, her daughter said, Mommy, on the lights and see me. She said she didn't. She said to me, I want to hold on to my marriage. I told her, you can take your daughter if you want. She said, it was back and forth, back and forth. She said, yes. I said, you're using your daughter as a pawn. You're using your daughter to hold on to your husband. She said, yes. I said, your husband does not want you, but you still want him. She said, yes. I said, you told me all you went through in his hands. Remember, she's anonymous. And you still want him. She said, yes. That is your choice. I said, I don't care about your decisions, but you must rescue your daughter. If you want to die, that's fine. You're an adult. I've assessed her capacity. She has the mental capacity to make decisions, whether good or bad. I said, I don't care, but now I'm now going to mandate you to rescue your daughter. I said, do you know if your daughter is being raped? Remember, the daughter is in the hands of the sister of the brothers of the husband's sister. And the daughter is crying, Mommy, rescue me. Look at how will a 3 to 4 year old child be beaten that she says she has scars all over her body? And all I'm hearing is, I want to hold my marriage. God hates divorce. A lot of people have died because God hates divorce. I asked her, I said, is it because of that? Invariably. She said she needs to hold on to her marriage. I said, fine. I will never tell you what to do, but can you please rescue your daughter? And I'll be calling her to see. I said, you must get your daughter. Otherwise, let's leave the rest. So, Lord Joy, I want you to know this. Your voice matters. We've had men, a man representative. We have other men that may be suffering, but our lovely Chidi is happy, and that's good. You know, I asked a question. Let me look for the question. I said, men and women, who benefits more in a marriage? People are saying women, men, women. Remember, in a marriage, let me throw this, fam. When a woman have a child outside wedlock, I'm not saying it's good or bad, I don't judge. Who born monkey like me to judge? When a woman has a child outside wedlock, the child answers her name. When a woman is married, she answers the man's name. Let me repeat that. Who benefits more from marriage, man or woman? If they come to marry me, religiously and traditionally, I stop to be my surname, I have to change to answer the man's surname. I have to make myself to be subordinate to the man. They say it's woman that enjoy. I have to bear children with the man. It takes two to have a child, but the child will answer the man's name. Even if I'm smart, even if I'm working, I have the highest money and everything, I have to be underneath and be providing and underneath. That is what the law, not law, sorry, it's not, the law does not say that. That is what the culture and the religion said. However, the same white man that brought the religion have rewritten it. They are changing things. Now, George, Lolo Joy, your pain, I hear pain in your voice. Because when I ask you a question, you say, he's supposed to. I'm asking you right now, what is happening? Your story, Lolo Joy, do you want to say something? Say something, you're muted.
Okay. Okay. I just want to say that, well, you can never predict what will happen in marriage, but when it happens like this, like myself, I just have to work on myself to be able to carry on, you know. I didn't expect it to turn out this way, but then I just worked on
Lolo
myself.
Joy, listen, you don't need to explain. Listen, Lolo Joy, family members will not judge you. No, you don't need to explain. Thank you. You don't need to explain. You see, people think they are responsible to make the man good. So if the man is not behaving well or is a bad husband, they say it's their fault. How? Look at Lolo Joy is trying to explain. You don't need to explain. I will say that your story has been heard, Lolo Joy. The strength it takes for you, Lolo Joy, to keep standing in the face of hurt is not a small thing. Not be small thing. Strength, Lolo, people are saying you're a strong woman. I told you you're strong. Tony Namani told you you're strong. Lolo Joy, strength does not mean staying stuck. Strength does not mean staying stuck. You are not weak for wanting peace. No. Lolo, you're not. You are not selfish for choosing healing. You are a woman of grace. You are a woman of fire and of incredible resilience. Lolo Joy, I know the family members are praising you and I want them to continue to. Your life can be more than just surviving. Your children, Lolo Joy, I asked you, your children are watching. I'm looking at what the family members are saying as well. They are saying that you are strong. Your children are watching, not only learning from you, but they are also learning from your choices. Children learn from copying. While you continue to give your best, you're giving your best. It is important, Lolo Joy, to also protect your children from the danger pattern they are witnessing. You talked about your son. Do you know the effects of substance abuse in the home? Your children deserve to grow up in a space of safety, stability, and emotional well-being. It is not negotiable. You cannot negotiate that. Parents come like yourself to say, my children, my children. A child came and say, think of us, our emotional well-being. What greater gift can a mother give than the example of choosing herself with dignity and showing that love should never come at the cost of one's soul or a child's peace and safety. Your name is joy. You deserve joy. That does not come with pain. People think it's my cross to carry. I said before, what is the meaning of in good and in bad situation? They think bad situation is beating and abusive situation. No. In good times and in bad times, or whatever way they frame it, means in health and in sickness, in riches and in poverty, in hard time and difficult environmental circumstance, you should be together. We've said this a million times. In good and bad times does not mean when you are now being punched, lose your first pregnancy, have a premature, you said it was beaten black and blue. That does not mean during punching time. Like Chidi said, you deserve a voice that is heard. You deserve a home that feels safe and a future that reflects your strength. You deserve boundaries that is not betrayal. You deserve protection. Your children need to be protected. You are more than a wife. People want to answer me, sis. You are more than a wife. You are a woman. Lolo Joy, you are a woman with power. You're a strong woman with purpose. Lolo Joy, a light that cannot be dimmed is what I see in you. Let your journey, Lolo Joy, be a declaration of hope, not for you, but for every woman who sees herself in your story. Lolo Joy, you are not alone. We value you deeply. We know your best days are yet to come. I'm thinking of children being exposed to, you see, we have a lot of drug crimes in the society. How can we, like, I'm happy with the steps you're taking. And you say he's hiding it. Think of your children. Do you want to train children that will mimic their? I remember when my husband was a taxi driver. You saw my two boys. When I asked them, what do you want to be in future? They said taxi driver. Children look up to, especially the boy. They look up to their fathers as their role model. Lola Joy, children, especially the sons, they copy what they do, not what they say. They look, my husband was a taxi driver at a stage. My children say, I want to be a taxi driver when I grow up. I'm not saying taxi driving is bad. I'm telling you that children look up to their parents as role model. Therefore, Lola Joy, I want to say, what is your son seeing your husband do? Is he seeing him lying in bed? If that is the case, what will your son want to be when he grows up? I didn't say you should use that to do anything to your husband. Your son is aware his daddy is taking Igbo. You may tell him it's a bad thing. Come on, if daddy can do it, why can't he? What life do we want for our children? Is it to save a marriage where a girl daughter is begging mommy to see her. Look at me, mommy. And she's thinking of holding on to her marriage. Or is it where sons see their daddy taking a ball, lying in bed, they go to school and come back from what Lolo Joy said. Their daddy is at a place. What do we want for our children of tomorrow? What does God want? It's high time we think. I cannot say anything to anybody. We are adults. We make our decisions. The question now is, what do we want for ourselves? Is it safety, protection? Because a lot of women have died. Some men have also died in the name of marriage. A lot of women are in mental health institution. Men are also in mental health institution in the name of marriage. What do we do? Safety comes first. But they say no, God hates divorce, no matter what. And I said, do you really think so? Or are you quoting a Bible that was given to you to read? The people that gave you that Bible, what do they do? I repeat, the people that gave you that Bible, what do they do? What do they do? It's high time we check ourselves. Next week, we are coming back. We'll have an update on Lorna Joy, Chidi, and also our anonymous. I want to say, before I go, Chidi is a man in marriage. And as we can hear, it's simple. This is demonstration. Of course, he's happy. I'm not saying he's happy because he's a man, but we can put a lot together. Of course, he's the leader. I'm not saying he's happy because he's the leader, but we can put a lot together. Of course, his decision is the paramount. I'm not saying that's the reason he's happily married. Well, at least he is the decision maker. Of course. But there is more to that than the leadership. There is something about partnership and union, understanding. It's time we start thinking and having communication around that. Communication. What do we want? What do we want? What do we think God wants? The white man that gave us the Bible, we carry. What is he doing? What is the white man doing? I'm in the white man's country. I'm in the white man's country. If I pick up a phone and call 999, I told you the story when I did it. And they come. I say my husband is punching me and they see marks on me. That's a criminal offense. That's battering. If he is battering me, that is against the law. Nobody wants to hear about marriage. If you have a miscarriage or you are in the hospital with black and blue beating and you have a premature, excuse me, in this place, safety first. Safety. Safety. But we with what? A Bible that the white man that gave it to us is doing otherwise. I have to go, but my heart is bleeding. Do we think we deserve to be beaten black and blue? Do we think so? Or do we think we deserve to have freedom to be safe? Do we think we should be safe? At least, if I'm not safe outside, I should be safe in my own house. At least, if I'm not safe outside, I should be safe in my own house. But no, I died here. I'll leave it. I have no opinion regarding your decision. Before we go, I want to hear from Chidi, then from Lolo Joy. Then we go, please. Chidi, what do you have to say? We'll come back again. I am just shocked. I'm just talking. I don't even know what I'm talking. I'm just talking. Chidi, what do you have to say? You can unmute. Or Lolo Joy, what do you have to say? The first person to unmute can talk.
Angie.
Yes, Lolo Joy.
Thank you so much, Nostinja. You have spoken so well, like me coming live to talk about my experience. It gives me relief. It gives me relief, and I've also learned a lot, because nobody is an island when it comes to knowledge. So I've picked so many things from this conversation, even the conversation of last week. And so I can say that I'm a work in progress. And I'm sure that at the end of the day, there will be joy.
I want to say to you, because I told you guys I spoke to the other lady, you must give your children a safe place at home, at least. Let them not be exposed to drug, substance, and also other verbal kind of abuse. What children do we want to project to the world? Thank you, Lola Joy. So, Chidi, what do you have to say?
Well, in conclusion to what we have discussed all through, my resolve is marriage is a beautiful thing. And if one must go into marriage, you must go in prepared. You must be intentional. You must be prepared emotionally, because it's not just all about I have money, but are you matured enough to be able to handle things that might come in, that comes with marriage? You must be ready. Marriage is not going to happen. So, in my conclusion, if one must make that decision of going into marriage, you must go with an open heart, knowing fully well that it's something that you are doing to make it work for better or for worse.
Fantastic. All right, I'll ask both of you to please go to the page, please, so I can use this phone and dance. Admin team, please don't post anything for me. I beg you. So let me dance to Adobe. I remember I said, I just remembered it. Adobe, but my heart is broken. I won't lie to you. Adobe. Honestly, I have a broken heart. I no go lie to you. But what will I do? People are adults. They have to make the decision. Let us dance. I'm so heartbroken. Let's dance. Sorry, guys. Okay. I don't know if I can dance.
Do you understand the formula? 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 Do you understand the
I don't know what you did to me. I'm not going to give me trouble. I'm not going to come to the real. It's beautiful. Let me know something about it. I know you got to know. money and I love it. I love it. I love it. You make me dance. I love it. Oh my God. I love it. Money and I love it. I love it. I love it. You make me dance.
You know the way you're dancing, the way you're shaking your body, they make me go crazy. Do you know how you're dancing? How you're shaking your body, they make me go crazy. Girl, I want you so
When you keep body formula, don't get that just a perfect. You know I got the formula, I know you like it formula. When you keep body formula, don't get that just a perfect. You know I got the formula, I know you like it formula.
baby, cause I love the formula. Can't say everything like formula. Every lie you the best, I'm regular, on the regular. I don't like to keep on the regular. I know my makeup, but she's secular. Everything with the best, I'm regular. I got to keep pushing my name. Baby girl, it's not my brain. I love you without the shame. I got to keep pushing my name. Baby girl, it's not my brain. I love you without the shame.
Oh sweetie, I'm a sweetie, baby, I'm cool, please be formula, my I'll be back, oh, I got my girl, I got you, I'll be back, oh, I got my girl, I got you.
I'm not with you. I don't know what you did to me. I want to you give me trouble. I don't like to come to you. It's beautiful. Everybody is talking about you. I'll tell you about you. When you're in my niggas, I want to be your love. I love you. Money, I love you. I love you. I love you. You make me laugh. I love you. I love you. Money, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You make me laugh. The way you dancing, the way you shaking your body, they make me go crazy. Do you know how you dancing? How you shaking your body, they make me go crazy. Girl, I want this formula. She's the Diana, baby, that's the formula. Diana, I know you got this formula. She's the Diana, baby, that's the formula. Diana.
When you keep body formula, don't get that just a perfect. You know I got the formula, I know you like the formula. When you keep body formula, don't get that just a perfect. You know I got the formula, I know you like the formula.
Fantastic. So we have to close. Everyone have gone. Oh my God. So we need to close. I will say thank you for tuning in. We'll continue part 3. We'll have the final feedback on their progression. In our mind is always in my mind. And my destiny is definitely in my hands. And so is yours. You are the captain of your boat. If anywhere you decide to sail to is where it will go. Thank you. Bye-bye.